Hi, it's been a while. Let's put on some makeup while I chat about Hurricane Helene. As you can see, we still have the same background. First of all, everything is fine with us, my family, my friends, and our homes. So I'm very grateful for that. We live in an area that is a flood zone, and it is what they call evacuation A, meaning that we have to evacuate first when it comes to hurricanes and storms like that. In fact, the day that we were evacuating, which was a week from yesterday, we saw some police cruisers going down our street and up and down our neighborhood, telling people that it was a mandatory evacuation. Now, this is a judge-free zone. I'm really not a judgmental person, and people stay for various reasons. Sometimes they want to stay because they want to protect their house. But honestly, in storms like this, especially this last one with the terrible storm surges, meaning the ocean coming up and going onto land, there's very little you can do, honestly. Now, our home has hurricane shutters, and we have hurricane resistant or something like that windows, meaning that they can take up to, I think it's like 120 or 140 miles per hour of wind. And we have the hurricane shutters that part are electric and part are crank, and they are attached to the house, so we don't have to go out and put like some people put big sheets of wood, plastic that's heavy duty to protect the windows. Now with the hurricane surge, I have a little bit of a pimple on my lip. With the hurricane surge, water can get in through like your doorway. And even if you have like the best windows and stuff, it'll find a way. So when I'm gonna say that this video is all over the place because I'm still kind of calming down mentally from everything that's happened. Because even if you are like us, that you were lucky, blessed not to have anything happen with your home, seeing all the destruction has it hasn't taken a toll on me, but it's affected me, definitely. I've had to not watch things on TV. When people post on Facebook and such, I can't like look at it all because it affects me. I feel very bad for the people that have lost their homes, and I start to get where I'm physically hurting because I'm feeling so terrible. And then I have a natural thing where in a time of trouble, or this time disaster, I'm very strong, and I will help others around me to be positive. I will be one of the first to lead you to the right safe place, stuff like that. Very, very strong. But once everything is over with, that's when I feel the fear. It's like I let my body just relax, and I feel it. And what I've been feeling all this week is a lot of fatigue, just plain tired and achy all over. And my anxiety is okay, but it could be better. It's not at like a very high level, but I do feel just tremendously bad. Okay, let's get back to my immediate family. On Wednesday in the morning, my husband, who is ever the planner and is always just on top of everything, and I appreciate that so much, he had made reservations at a hotel in Tampa in an area which is evacuation 5. So if we are 5. So if we are 1 or 1, 5 is like they never have to evacuate. And in hotels, most of them have generators, so there's not a problem of electricity. My father, who we live with, or he lives with us, we live together, he's 90, almost 91 years old. And you know me, I have a few chronic illnesses. So my husband thought quickly to get us to a safe place. So he made the reservations. He came home early in the afternoon, and by then I had talked to him on the phone, knew what our plan was. We'd been watching the Weather Channel, the news. We were told that our area was mandatory. Now, a lot of people in our neighborhood stayed, and I will never judge them of why they stayed. Some people, like I said in the beginning of this, they have animals. They don't know where to bring them. But I do want to say that the hotel we stayed in, there were quite a few dogs that were there. So I think because we live in an area where we have a hurricane season and tropical storms, that hotels are a lot more lenient on their policy as far as animals. Now, some people probably, I don't know, maybe they just couldn't afford it. There's various reasons, and I will never say to someone, well, you should have got out, It's not for me to tell them what to do. Now, my brother, who lives in the same city as they made the decision and they evacuated and went someplace else on Thursday, and they still were safe and sound, and nothing happened in to the condo that they live in. Nothing happened to the house they live in. It's just the stress of not knowing. During the time we were there from Wednesday, and we came home Saturday. I kept in touch with a next door neighbor who decided to stay. She let me know what was going on in the neighborhood. On Friday night, I started to get a bit worried about the house because I saw that there was a lot of surges so high that they were going inland to the areas that don't even flood in our city. I had to keep it together though, because I didn't want to worry my dad. So I just kept it together. He even asked me if I heard from the neighbor. I told him that everything was fine, even though I knew that the highway behind, across the street from us, was getting flooded. And I knew that somehow that water was going to go someplace. Kept praying and praying that it wouldn't, hurt the neighborhood, that it wouldn't hurt our home. Then the next morning I heard from the neighbor, and she's actually later that night, I heard from the neighbor, and she told me that the electric had been out for a while, which I suspected, and that the water had risen to like halfway up her driveway. Our houses are really on the same level, so I thought to myself, that's probably where our water is, if we have water. On Friday, we were able to get out. No, this was Thursday night. I'm so confused with my days, so if I get a day wrong, I'm sorry. Saturday we left. Okay, Friday we were able to, the storm had stopped, the surges had stopped, and it was safe to drive back into our city. So we did that. We drove past my brother's condo. Everything was fine. We came into our neighborhood, which is further south, and there was a lot of debris all around. People had started to clean up the messes in their house if they've gotten flooded. Our neighbor was not home, but we could tell that her house looked fine. We got out of the car and we started looking around. Everything looked good, but the thing that scared me was we saw like the debris, and it was about 10 feet away from our attached car garage. 10 feet away from going into the garage and going further. Once again, I kept calm because I did not want to make my dad nervous. It's just something that my husband and I both do, and we're with him and there's something going on. We just stay calm because we don't want to worry him and make him sick. So we weren't able to open up the garage door because of the electricity was still out on Friday. And we hadn't brought the key to the front door by accident. So we couldn't get in the house, but we were pretty, positive that nothing was going on inside as far as flooding. Looked around, everything looked good. Got back in to the car, went back over to the hotel, and then the next day we were told everything was clear, safe, even though we knew it like the day before. We said, okay, let's check out, let's go back home. And when we got home, it was such a relief knowing that the house was fine. And I know that people say you can always replace things, and it is true. Our lives are more important than any home, any furniture, any belongings. But seeing everyone or all the people around my city and in other states that have to clean up all this mess, get everything together, take pictures. I mean, there's people that their houses are destroyed and now they have to make the insurance claim. FEMA has to come. It's a long, long process. It's not just like, okay, I break a dish, I go buy a new dish. It's a big process. So I was really grateful that we didn't have to go through that. I am a person that I believe in the power of prayer. I've been praying for all the people that have been going through such terrible times. I'm thinking of all the people that are far away in North Carolina, in Georgia. I have a younger cousin that lives in a city in Georgia. They still don't have the power. I'm just praying hard for these people that things will get back to normal. I wanted to say one thing, that when we came in the house and we checked everything was okay, if everything was okay, the thing that gave me peace was I came into this room, which is my bedroom that I share with my husband. My bed was nicely made as it is, and there was nothing wrong. And I felt such peace. I felt such peace and such gratefulness that we were okay. We've been through a few tropical storms and a couple hurricanes, but this is the one that really hit bad for us. And yes, it could have been worse, but it was scary. It really was. And I just wanted to share some of my feelings and tell the people out there that are going through such hard times that maybe I can't help you physically, but you're in my thoughts, you're in my prayers. I always like to think that hard times will teach you a lesson. And the only lesson that this has taught me is, well, two. One, to be prepared, and two, to be ever grateful for all the blessings in my life. It's like 15 minutes almost, so I'm going to let you go. Just wanted to check in and tell you that we are doing well. I know some of you know like the area that I live in, and I posted a couple little TikToks, but I wanted to kind of share more of how I'm feeling. My mental health is getting better. I am forever hopeful that in time everything will be put back together as best as it can. Today I haven't been as tired as I have been the last few days, so that's good. And I'm just grateful. Thank you for watching this. And if you have a chance to help in any way, even if it's monetary donation help because people really need it. And I'm gonna let you go because I probably will start crying. But I'm good. My family's good. We still have our homes. None of my friends that I know of are out of homes, but you know, some people do have flooding, and just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And thank you. I'll see you soon. Oh, wrong side.